Oh, hi, Hank. So you find it hard to believe that Socrates really said it is far better to suffer evil than to do it. Now, and I admit that it's hard to think of a old pagan saying that. It is far better to suffer evil than to do it. In other words, if you had a choice between murdering someone and being murdered, he'd pick being murdered. If you had a choice between raping someone and being raped, you'd choose being raped. In other words, you would not choose doing evil. Now this is a pagan talking, and we would think that would be only a Christian speaking. But maybe I can explain to you some of the reasoning behind Socrates. What Socrates had was a very high conception of the human soul as a spirit. Therefore, it was immortal. It lived forever. Very strong conception. This is 400 years before the coming of Christ. A strong conception of the immortality of the soul. So his thinking is, when you do wrong to another, you're hurting yourself far more than you're hurting the other. You may hurt the other in the body, but you're besmirching your own soul. You don't kill your own soul, it's immortal, but you make it in a condition where it'll be forever and ever corrupt and despicable thing. The stain is on the soul for eternity. And it was this conception of the soul being more important than the body that gave him this sense: it is far better to suffer evil than to do it. To suffer evil, certainly your body suffers, but you don't besmirch your soul. When you do evil, you kill your own soul, but you really don't kill it, but you leave an eternal stain on it, and if you don't repent, that stain stays on it for eternity because you're a spirit. And that's why that kind of thinking, even certain pagans saw that it is far better to suffer evil than to do it. Now that's an amazing thing about the pagans. So that's why we're studying him. That's why before we do Aquinas, we do Aristotle and Plato and Socrates, because of their insight into the human. So you keep that in mind, Hank, and I think you'll begin to appreciate the pagans, how they fit into Christian philosophy. Okay, Hank, see you in class next week.